besties. It's 2026. It's our first video recording in 2026. So I am so excited because it's brand new year and we have so much to share with you guys this year. We have so much to say this year, so much stories that we have got from our besties. So we're really excited.
Hi, besties. Happy 2026 for... We already said happy 2026. You know what? That threw me off because she said it's our first recording. I'm like, wait, is this our first video? It's not. We actually already wished you guys a happy 2026, but it's okay. Happy 2026. Happy 20... I was going to say happy new year. I'm like lost at words because like you just shut me up earlier. But anyways.
It's okay. We can say it again.
Thank you so much for being with us in 2025. We started this amazing community. We started this channel. We feel so grateful each day for having new members, for having new besties join us, and for besties that reach out to us, and for sharing your very, very, very like vulnerable stories and very, very, deep secrets that, you come to us and you feel like it's a safe space that we have, that was the whole purpose of this.
It's such a pleasure because we actually just got off of a Zoom meeting with one of our besties who wanted to share her story with us, and honestly felt so blessed. And it just
like having we just know her for years, so it was just a conversation. I think we talked more about like personal things than just even talking about like a topic or anything like that, so that we have to like meet her again. But that's what we are like. That's the whole purpose of this amazing community that we created, to be here for you guys and for you guys to be here for us. So thank you for being part of us and part of this community in 2025, and we look forward to have more of you guys in 2026. So don't forget to click the subscribe button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where we have full episodes. Our TikTok and Instagram is full of our videos, but they're most like shorts.
We'll hear a little bit of something, and that's why a lot of people get confused sometimes. Like, what is the purpose of this video? Well, go on YouTube and watch it, and you will know the purpose.
We always include that in our description, in our caption, saying if you want to watch full videos, please click. On Instagram, we have a direct link on each episode, so every week we update the link, so it's so easy for you guys to just go to our profile, click on the links, and you'll see the YouTube exactly to the episode that is released on that Thursday. We are releasing new episodes every Thursday.
Alrighties. So today we're talking about something that we have been waiting to talk about.
A lot happened on social media, and especially like in our community. There was a lot of rumors of like some men, having double marriages or like getting married to a second wife while still being married. So we wanted to talk about that, but
it came in a right time because
timing.
A good movie came out. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys watch Bollywood movie. I mean, we grew up watching Bollywood movie. We have an episode about talking about and guys, I'll tell you how picky I am with movies. Like,
you love like based on true stories, right?
I do. Even like just American movie, any movie. Like if they're based on true story, I want to watch it.
I have some recommendations for you. Then I'll give it to you.
Okay, beautiful. I'll watch that. But this recent movie, if you guys haven't watched this movie, it's called HAQ. It's a new Bollywood movie that is going like viral everywhere, and people are talking about it, so I had to watch it. You actually sent me, and I watched on a lot of people like posting
honestly,
to watch this movie.
I heard about it online, and like a few recommendations came, and I was just like, okay, let me just watch it. I'm not really a movie person. Like I don't like sitting there and just watching a movie. I'm like, you know what? Based on a true story, like to your point, I'm like, I think I need to give it some attention.
I know.
Oh my God, I don't know if I'm happy.
Who has the time to watch 3-hour movie anymore?
I know.
But if there's some like movie that came out and everybody's like going crazy about it.
If you haven't watched it, like you need to pause this video, go watch the movie, then come back, because I think our video like this
will cover
will like
cover a little bit of the story,
break down the story, so we might ruin it for you. So please don't watch this episode before watching the movie. And if you have watched the movie, welcome in, get your tea, because I know you probably felt through all the emotions that any woman can go through by watching this movie. Like
was just like,
oh my God, Yami, like is it Yami Gautam?
Yeah, that's her name.
Oh my God, like I already like her from the movie Kabil. You know, when she was blind.
I haven't watched that.
Oh my God, come on, girl. It's not based on true story, but it's such a sad story. I mean, if you want to be
depressed, based on true story.
No, if you want to be depressed and sad, and like you just want to watch like a cute sad story, watch it because it's super sad.
I mean, Huck was really sad
It's really good.
Yeah,
Huck was like heartbreaking.
Yeah,
like I went through like a roller coaster of emotions, being happy for her for a minute, and then being so pissed off.
Yeah,
like it's funny because I was watching it with Hamid, and like every time something happened, like with the husband, I was like, like
Yeah.
can I just get
Men, you just get
I
mad.
hate men. Like,
that's exactly
why
how
am I
I
married? Like,
I
just
know,
going
that's
through all that.
exactly
But
how
then
I
at the
feel.
same time, every time he spoke about it, like he said something like, "Oh my God!" Like he was obviously getting mad at the guy, right, for behaving that way.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "He's so messed up. Like this is so wrong. These people
Yeah.
don't understand Islam." I'm like,
And you're feeling, I know, same thing
love
happened
you,
with
like-
me. He was feeling the girl's emotion more than me. Like I was looking at him.
"Did
I'm
you
like,
cry?"
him or me?
You.
I get emotional in movies, so yeah, I did like cry a little bit. Not like cry, but like I felt
got
really
emotional,
emotional.
yeah. I got
But
really
like I
sad,
was
but-
watching him, he was like very emotional too. Like it was so crazy. But
It's funny how it makes you feel.
it does, because honestly, these stories are actually true. Like, I mean, Shazia was, the original girl
Yes,
that
yeah.
happened to her, and she fought for her rights for 10 years until she
At
won
the
her
age of
case.
62, right?
Yeah.
Like she was a lot older. So like
So good
honestly,
for her.
kudos
It
to
was
her
a
and good
very
for
good
her.
story, and it's just such a good eye
Eye-opener.
opener. It is, for especially like you said earlier. Nowadays, what's going around us with all these men that we see on social media. I'm not gonna name them, of course, and they're very like they're
Well-known
influencers,
and-
well known, and they're just, instead of being like a good
Reputable, and
example
yes.
to a lot of men in our society, they're becoming this bad example. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we not giving all?
And it's funny that a lot of these men will use Islam as their scapegoat
Yeah.
to like be able to do things that they want to do.
Yeah.
So this movie is like a prime example of
Yeah.
that. Like where if you actually read and understand the Quran, you will know that
Yeah.
these verses that we have, these beautiful, 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 like verses that tell us.
Yeah,
about
because a lot of people,
what
a
it
lot of
is,
time, I
know?
think that a lot of Muslims, they just use everything for their own, like
Benefit.
their own benefit. So anything that they want to say, oh, in Islam it says this, they want to just use it for their own benefit, and
Like whatever works in their favor, they'll be like, yeah, you know what? Like that's what
You
Islam
said it
says.
better. Thank you.
And that's what the story about this movie is
Yeah.
about. The husband getting married for the
just trying
second
to-
time.
yeah.
So basically, let's summarize a little bit because I think we're just kind of like
I know,
going all over
like
the
we're-
place.
yeah.
But the husband gets married to the girl. They're like in love, and I know most of this movie is not fully like real. Like a lot of the scenarios and
Maybe they
situations
have
they
been
made it
made,
up
yeah.
just to like obviously
Just to
bring
make
it
it
up in a
more
movie.
interesting and more,
Yeah, but the movie showcases like Imran Hashimi being in love with Yami, and they're so cute and lovey-dovey. They get engaged, they do their nikah, get married, they have kids, and she's so focused in her family. She doesn't work, she doesn't have like her own income.
Two
She's
children
just,
and like the last
and
child
she's
on the
pregnant with-
way. Yeah.
All she does is she's cooking, she's spending time with
Just a typical brown girl.
She also takes care of her husband by like get packing him lunch, calling him, and like trying to talk to
Just
him.
a beautiful
And it starts
relationship.
off, yeah,
Just a
so
beautiful
cute.
family that you just
And
like.
like,
It's
I
a
love
goal.
that.
It's a goal.
I love that for women who will sacrifice their life and like
Yeah.
be a stay-at-home mom and be there for their kids and their husband. Like I have a lot of respect for that, and eventually I may be that person and like
Yeah.
I may become that.
It's
But I
beautiful.
feel like as a woman we should always have a backup plan, and I don't mean that in any bad way to say like we should have negative thoughts or feelings or thinking about like our husband might leave us or we might fall in that situation. But life is so unpredictable.
I know, and if you
So I
read the
feel like-
comments about this movie on under like social media, a lot of people say this movie actually teaches you to be more independent, to be
And that's-
financially independent, to be
Like,
more
have that
independent.
savings account. Have,
'Cause
like-
at least this girl had her dad, be by her side. But a lot of women, even until this day, go through this with her family be against her, not be by her side.
Yes,
because-
and this is a rare scenario, like you
Yeah,
said,
that's why
especially
she
from
was
back in
able
the
to
days.
fight.
It was
I
a rare
love that
scenario
part.
where she was able to just leave her
Yeah.
husband and leave that home and come to her parents' house, and the dad stood by her,
Yeah.
and he supported her. He's the one that went made that filing that case against the
helped her
husband.
so
And the only reason why she filed the case, not because he got married, not because he didn't ask her for permission, Islamically,
not because he did a
he has
second
to-
marriage, even though she was so hard.
and she was so disrespected too, like the way it all happened. Like he
Yeah.
lied to her about it.
Yeah.
She only filed because she needed that financial support. She just
Yeah.
needed money
Just
to
a
like
little bit of
raise
money.
3 kids because she
Yeah.
couldn't do it. And she was doing. She was like sewing and all that. Like she was
Yeah,
making clothes. Like
yeah.
she was still like trying to provide. But the fact that he was so like beghairat and so
Yeah.
like ridiculous. Like his ego got hit,
I was gonna
that like
say,
she
it was
left.
more- it was
It was
mostly
his
his
ego,
ego
and
that
that's what happens in a lot
made
of
it- yeah.
relationship too. Like you
Yeah.
know, sometimes a lot of divorces or problems arise from that too because of like the
Exactly,
stupid ego.
Yeah, so it was not only the second marriage that she was like very hurt for like she was fighting for everything. Like, you know, the fact that she was fighting for a little bit of love because
And a little bit of
he used Islam as a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna get married and then it's okay to have a second wife.
Yeah,
but
because,
she
like-
was saying that, okay, you have a second wife, that is fine, but like at least treat us the same. But the
Yeah.
fact that
Because
he
that's
was
how
treating
Islam, yes.
the first wife, he was treating the second
second-
wife with so much more love,
And
so much more
attention and
affection
care.
and everything. It hurt her so badly that she had to leave home, and then a lot happened after. And you know what? Scene got me the most? Like, oh, I was just so angry. When the mom was telling her, "You're not the only one that
Who went through this.
who's
Oh my
going through, you
God,
know,
like,
ambok.
I
What?
hate-
How do you say ambok?
There's a word.
Is there a
for
word
it.
for it?
There, I thought there's a word
I don't
for
know
it,
if
but
there's a
anyways,
word for it.
like, you know, someone.
Someone whose husband like got married for the second or
Yeah.
third time, right?
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off the most is when women don't stand for women's
Yeah,
right.
I was gonna
like,
say that.
as a
That's
mom,
yeah.
I get it. You want to be behind your son and you want to support him and all that, but do you not feel the heartbreak, the disrespect that this woman is feeling? This woman is the mother of your grandkids. This woman
Exactly.
provided for her family. By not just providing
You know
financially,
what's
but like
the
providing
worst
nurturing.
thing
You know,
or it's
No,
okay if she
it's-
goes through a hell because she says something in the movies that, oh, one of your uncle has been living with two wives for decades now.
and they made it up and like
Yeah.
and it's funny because the husband tries to use that saying, oh, you know, you're pregnant, you're having a third baby, this girl's gonna come and help you out, like, oh,
and
my
then, and then the
God,
fact
like
that they said that, they said something about like her being abused by her first marriage, so now it's like let's
we're
just
doing a
give her-
sawab, like,
yeah, we're just giving her a little favor by like,
no,
you know,
thank you.
no,
keep
not
that
a lot
favor.
of women
I
want that.
I love the scene when she says, like, you know, you're coming and telling me that you're like doing a favor, you're doing sawab, like by bringing her in and getting married to her. Who are you to even talk about Islam when you're drinking? You don't even pray. I push you for prayers. Oh my God, that scene, like there's shorts for that
Guys,
going
if
all
you
over.
haven't
I'm
watched
like,
it, please do, because I've been telling everybody. I'm like, have you watched this? Yeah, this,
honestly, woman, like, you know,
Yeah.
this message is for you. For you, even if you're the happiest, if you know, if your husband is a saint, like your husband could be like the best person ever, like they love you and there's no red flags, nothing, and that's okay. I think you should still have your savings account, have like a hobby, maybe
Yeah.
like be a baking thing at
don't
home,
give it
because-
all. I think the whole point of this movie is like how much a woman gives everything to her family.
So
We
much
get that it's
sacrifice and
beautiful and it's
compromise, yeah.
beautiful to do so, like give everything to your family. But like you said, you know, have your life, you too, you know, have
a little bit.
yeah,
little
do
bit.
something for yourself,
Like
because
1
at the
hour a
end of
day,
the
30
day,
minutes a day, you
come
know?
on guys, they're men. Like, don't you guys see all over social media all these, you know, Afghan men? I'll say specifically like Afghan, because we have been seeing these, you know, well-known singers or whoever, they're going
just
behind their wives' back and doing
people,
like
yeah.
second marriages and coming out and their
cheating,
first wife.
second marriage, and all that.
So
like,
much
oh
happening.
my
Oh my God,
God,
cheating,
I don't know.
I've been
Sometimes I
hearing-
think about it, I'm like, and that's not the right way, like, to have a mentality. But like, I look at women around me and like things that happen to them, I'm like, which one's worse though? Like, I feel so bad. Like, their husband going and having a second wife, is
Yeah.
that worse while they're still married?
Yeah.
Or is cheating worse? And like, I'm like, it's the same
It's the
thing,
same
and
thing.
just none of them is forgivable.
It's
Like,
basically the
and I
same
feel like the
thing.
women that stay with those
Yeah.
men, the reason why is because they feel they're not independent,
Exactly.
right? They're so dependent in that relationship, and it's a lot of men.
Yeah.
They make them so dependent on you that they know that no matter what they do,
Yeah.
you know, no matter what, this person can't leave me because
Yeah.
she can't do shit on her own.
Yeah, exactly.
She can't live on her own.
They
She can't take care of the
yeah,
kids on
they
her
take their
own.
wife
She
for
doesn't have an income,
granted.
and they know, especially in countries
Yeah.
like this, like,
Yeah.
if you don't have an income, custody of the child automatically goes to the
Goes-
person that has
yeah,
an income. So
exactly.
you're screwed. Like, literally, you're screwed. You can't move on your own.
Yeah.
You can't like take care of the kids.
If somebody hasn't got your back, or they're not supportive enough for you, or they're not supporting you at all, then you're screwed too. Because in this case, Shazia, who was the original girl of this story, she could not fight alone. You know,
She wouldn't be
her
able
dad
to.
had got her back. So, like I said, a lot of story like this is still happening, but there's not one person backing them up, supporting them financially or emotionally, in any way. So that's why women still cannot fight for themselves because of not having enough support. So when I watched the movie, I'm like, oh my God, we need more men like that as an example to fight for their daughter, to fight for close
Their
families.
rights, like, you know,
Even
to be there.
yeah, but imagine even if it's your daughter-in-law being on her side instead of being your son, and if your son is right, being on your son's side. So it could be like in different scenarios too, right? Like your daughter could be wrong and filing for divorce or filing for something and cheating. Like I mean, like we always talk about
Men
men
cheating,
cheating,
yeah.
but I'm sure in some cases there are women that also does
Oh, I'm
cheat
sure there's
or
a lot of,
that,
like,
that
yeah.
wants to file for divorce.
Men nowadays are like amazing. Like at
Yeah.
least, you know, the men that
But
I
Lita,
know.
do you
and I-
think they're amazing? Because if I leave my wife can also leave this, like, you know, have a good life without me. But in this movie, what it showed that, okay, my wife will come running after me, which she did,
Which
right?
she did, yeah.
So at the end of the day, even if, you know, he's like, if I leave my second wife, I will still have my first wife. Like, she was always available. And do you think men nowadays, they're not like this because they know that we will not wait for them. We will, if they do anything even close to this, like, bye. And then imagine, you know, like what they will have to go through seeing us move
I
on.
think
Or
people are getting more aware, like you
Yeah.
said, because of obviously like the technology and the awareness that we get through social media as well.
Yeah.
Like just hearing stories and all. Like when there was like a recent like very very popular couple that I used to follow on TikTok, and I just found out about their divorce as well, and I was so shocked. So I was telling my husband about it, and he used to watch them too. So like we share these things, and we always continuously talk about like this person breaking up for this reason and all. We kind of open up those conversations like this is messed up, like why is this person doing that? And it's kind of like, you know, I'm engraving it in his head and he's like kind of engraving it in my head, even though we're not doing it directly, we're just having a casual
Yeah.
talk. I think in the unconsciously we are like, oh yeah, you know, like that's wrong and we shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I feel like these like being
Of
aware
course, just-
and listening to all these stories
Yeah.
and all does make you smarter and make you have better decision. However, social media also does
Yeah.
make it a lot easier for men and women to cheat
Yeah,
too, because it's
yeah.
more available, right? Like they could just like slide into
think,
like
you
someone's
said,
DM,
yeah,
right? Or like
people
I heard
share
about
their
this
stories, and then you become smarter and you're more
like, more
knowledgeable
aware
and then more
of
aware of
things to
things
do and, like, things
and
to
the
watch
wrong
out
and
for.
your rights and wrongs. And especially like in that movie, the mom was supportive, so nowadays a lot of moms will not do that to their kids' marriage,
Yeah,
right?
they'll be like, I don't wanna be a mother-in-law like that, or like,
I
a
don't
mom
want to
like that.
have my ruin my grandkids' life like that, which in that case she did. Like, how
and it's someone like, I think like some of the comments said like, I hate the ending because like, yes, like she got like some rights and all, like for Indian women, like she got a lot of rights and all. But like the ending, she did still suffer and like end up like being by herself.
Well, it's a true
But then
story and it
is.
happens,
No,
right?
But
That's-
then do you remember the ending where the son like did not want to be with him? Like the son would walk away.
Yeah,
I think that's
but
the
I-
worst punishment. Like
It
your
is,
son
but at
not
this-
wanting to like
no,
be by
Lida,
you and all.
it's not a punishment for him. I have read a lot of comments about that too, but I don't agree with that. You know why? Because if he actually cared about his son, he wouldn't put him in that position at first place. He wouldn't like mistreat his mom like that. He would never, put them in that situation, not by just giving him like just some money to support them. He denied. And
Again, that was his ego. I'm sure, like-
so if a man can have their ego so high and just step on everything and
Yeah,
just
and
not
the
care
kids
about their
too.
own kids, then I don't think he
That's-
really cared, even if he was older and didn't talk to him anymore. I don't think that would matter. Like, to me, that is nothing, not even a punishment, not even close to punishment. Like, that's how I saw that part. I'm like, nah, that's not, like, he still didn't get it. He should have been
I
like,
mean, he had a
hanged.
rough life for the last 10 years, like trying to fight for his own case. Like that was.
I guess that was, but then
good
for
enough.
him, I think that was more like because he was a lawyer, so that was more like a entertainment kind of.
Like, I got this. Like I can do
I'm
this.
gonna win this, but no.
Mind you, Imran Hashmi, I was never a big fan, and now after this movie, I was like, no, but he did act well,
I was not a big fan either in the beginning of his career, but in this movie he was really good. So anyways, so that was our opinion about the movie.
We're quite opinionated and quite furious.
Just not about the movie only, but just about men in general who does second marriages and how women
Women are
suffer in
treated
their
and they
marriages.
suffer,
So
yeah.
it's pretty unfortunate. But hopefully, it stops, and hopefully this movie becomes an eye opener for a lot of people. And
For men themselves too, like
Yeah.
they should see and learn that it didn't benefit him getting married to a second wife. Like he had it so rough. Like she fought for like her HAQ, and then
Exactly.
he lost his kids, he lost his first wife. The second wife was also bitter because she did not expect like coming into a marriage
Yeah.
for all this to like tear down and
know.
happen. So like he lost a lot
Yeah.
in life. So like men this should be like a message for you as well, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not
For
going to
sure.
do you good. And I
Definitely.
feel like, when you're in a relationship, like if you know that things are like drifting apart and the love is not there, the respect is not there, just mutually and respectfully just like break up and like,
Yeah.
call it a day.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find a better life partner. Maybe she'll find a better life partner. Like I don't know why things need to get better and things
Or
need to
get so
messy,
complicated
or like
and then have
get
to
to
go
like
through
cheating or
court
like
and-
getting like none of that needs to happen. Like people
Yeah.
just need to be more mature.
Yeah, but this was a beautiful story because imagine just a woman can fight for something for 10 years and finally she got her right. So we want you ladies to also fight for your HAQ if you're suffering through marriages or if you're suffering in any, situation in life, because you deserve it, because we have been through so much in decades and decades and we need to live better, happier, and I guess
We deserve it, right?
we do deserve it. Anyways.
Thank you so much for joining in and for being part of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have not watched the movie, make sure you watch it and then come back and give us some of your thoughts and your comments in our YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram channels.
All right, until next time, take care and we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.